Peace. Early in the morning, just want to say good morning, positive vibrations, and just everything is everything. Negative, positive, light, dark. It's all one thing. And I want to talk about the energy for the day and also what it means and what it's really trying to say. And so it's continuing the energy from yesterday and the day before. Mercury is still opposed Mars in the South Node. And what does this mean? What is the word that we're looking for when trying to explain this transit and then trying to explain life? Well, it came to me this morning, last night, in my dream. The term is stepping into ancestral wealth. And so, what is this ancestral wealth that we speak of? It is not a bunch of money, even though it can be. It's not a large bank account, even though it can be. This ancestral wealth is not related to your family, even though it can be. What we are talking about is a spiritual lineage that is now coming to the surface, that is now accessible to those who are interested in finding out who they really are. This is not some, life thing that life is going to help you get a better standing on life. It may look like you losing your job that you had for years. Okay. And this represents what has been happening over this whole 2018. The shifts and changes that are happening, why are they happening? Now, we can look at the news and we could talk to our friends and family and see, something is really going on. Something is really different with y'all, or something is different with me. And what is this difference and why? Why? It's time to step into ancestral wealth. And what do we mean by step into ancestral wealth? Since Mars is conjunct our South Node, it doesn't mean look at our ancestral wealth. It doesn't mean to analyze our ancestral wealth. It doesn't mean to dream our ancestral wealth. We actually have to step into it. Walk into our ancestral wealth. It requires action from us. That may be uncomfortable. But we have this grand trine with the sun that's going to be there for the duration between now and up until this new moon solar eclipse that we're having on the 12th. So this grand trine energy provides us with a feminine power. And feminine, we just don't want to look at it as female. We just want to look at feminine as the negative polarity to the positive polarity. And negative meaning that you have access to everything that was and that ever can be. It is the void, it is the abyss. It is what connects us to the all. It is the same energy where one day you have old town style houses, and then the next day you have skyscrapers. Well, where did the skyscraper come from? Where did the concept of a car come from when for the past 30,000 millennia, we've been on horseback? So this energy, this you like when we're children and we're watching the Jetsons and we're like, wow, that is amazing. How did they ever create a world like that? Well, it's based upon whoever's connection it is to the Akasha or to the void or to the nothingness. And this all represents feminine energy. And so all of this is available to access. But what it is not a degree at a college university. It is not a study. It is purely mystical and spiritual in the experience. And so, if we're able to tap into this energy, tap into this ancestral wealth, the levels of success, pleasure, achievement, just overall well being is upon another level because we transition from humans trying to figure it out into all knowing, omnipresent God beings within ourselves and within our lives. Generally, we all have our sectors in different areas that we control spiritually. So it is not what we could do for the whole world. What can you do in your neighborhood? What can you do in your community to show or to exemplify, who you are as a spirit, who you are as a giver and understander of universal law? So, astrologically, things are very, very, very telling, very, very giving us an insight towards the future that may not be aligned with the life that we are living now. And so this could be comfortable for others where we're excited, like, yes, I'm ready to change my life. And this could be uncomfortable for people who've been kind of skating by and really not even understanding what they were doing and why they were doing it, but just knew that, people liked it. So they kept going with it. But now, as this portal opens, you have to figure out real purpose and real definition for waking up every day. Why are you waking up? Why are you living? And so for a lot of people, they like, I don't know. I don't know why I'm alive. And so they just the next natural obvious thing would be to commit suicide or to have suicidal thoughts. My advice is to understand why you are here spiritually. Because if you're trying to figure this out on a human level and you're looking at your beautiful family and your accomplishments and all the things that society has afforded you, then you will not understand transformation. Also, the sun is opposed Pluto since we're speaking on transformation. And so understanding how to, when we have an opposition, these things seem on the other side of each other. But understanding the opposition, overcoming the opposition is understanding that like and unlike is the same. And we have to begin to put those two things that seem so distant from each other and so opposing mind and the Mercury in the mind is conjunct the North Node, and that's opposing Mars. So if we're able to bring those energies together, where we step into our ancestral wealth, because we can conceptualize it based upon Mercury's conjunction to the North Node. Now, since these things are oppositions, the things that we conceptualize may not be are aligned with our actions. So it's important to put those two things together. And that is basically astrologically what I see today for our energy for today. And I'm just going to look to the tarot to give me some further insight on the energy for today. And so the theme for today would be to step into ancestral wealth. And we're not talking about our general everyday human life wealth. We're talking about a more spiritual ancestral wealth, a spiritual lineage that you may not know anything about. And so our first card would be the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands is all about creating that new step, creating that new vision for yourself, new energy for yourself, a new story, a new pathway, breaking habits, creating a just new energy, basically. And this new energy is not based upon regular everyday human life. It's based upon spiritual transformation, and this is represented in the Aeon card. If you paid attention to my channel, I did a video on Uranus, and so yesterday we pulled the Fool, and today we pulled the Aeon. And so generally, we're really we're really at the mercy of this Uranus transit into Taurus, and really just trying to get comfortable with this new energy. And so how do we explain that in tarot? Is through adjustment or justice in the Rider-Waite deck. So adjustment is all about balancing things out, really understanding things from a perspective of balance, and not, I'm so excited about this thing, I'm all in. That's kind of naive and unrealistic. When we deal with spirituality, we understand that things are great, things are horrible at the same damn time. And how do you manage, and how do you thread that needle? Thinking that things are going to be one-sided or so good or so bad, that's very childish in our way of thinking. So allowing yourself to establish adjustment, establish polarity into your life, and be centered. Be centered. Oh, the Empress. And so this is a very fertile time. Fertile in the sense of a good time to plant seeds, a good time to ask questions, a good time for things to be revealed to you. Because the truth of reality is that none of us know. 8.8 billion people here, and nobody has the definitive answer as to what is going on in the world. Even the people that run it, they can't control me. So it is chaos. But we are masters of chaos if we understand our lineage. So this is another step of us walking and stepping into our ancestral wealth. The Hermit. A lot of people automatically see the Hermit, hear the Hermit, think the Hermit, oh, that person is alone, a loner, a weirdo. I don't want to be a hermit. I want to be sociable. I want people to like me. The Hermit represents Kundalini. Simply, the Hermit represents you understanding yourself as an individual, because what are we all? We are all individuals, and the best individual is the person that I want on my team, the person that understands himself or herself as an individual, and then what can they contribute to the collective? All of this are continuing themes. So when we discuss astrology every day, I don't know how long I'll do this, but we have to begin to notice that the energy does not change drastically over time. It very slowly changes. And if you can be up on these changes and understand this energy and how it responds to your being, then you ultimately will win, because success is something very personal, very intimate. And this is what represents the Hermit. Nobody can tell you your success because nobody has been through what you have been through. So understanding yourself as an individual is what the Hermit represents. Walking, stepping into ancestral wealth. And finally, the Prince of This symbolize, if you could just look at this man taking life by the balls and walking into this day, understanding that ancestral wealth will begin to open itself up to that individual who understands that my lineage, my destiny is deeper than all of this human shit that I've been experiencing. And so this is a big deal. This is some major shit that's happening. And it might not be on the evening news. It may be from a dream that you had last night and how it represents in your everyday life. I know I'm not the only one. I know this thing is all of us, all of the spirits, all of the guides, all of the souls. Like, we are making a comeback in the individuals this year. 2018, if you add it up, it's 11. Look up what 11 means in numerology. 11 is a gateway. So when we discuss gateways, we are discussing energy that is now entering into a new environment. And if we're not understanding this new energy for ourselves, we waiting for something to happen on Signetter, or somebody to drop a consciousness bomb that's like, whoa, I didn't know that. But all of this energy is happening within you, and it's for you to bring to the surface. So please let me know how you felt about this. Woke me up early in the morning to get this message out. So hopefully you start your day understanding that each moment that you, or each step that you take, you are stepping into ancestral wealth, and it's deeper than what's on the surface. It's under that. Very, very deep under that. And we have the ability, dealing with the waning moon, to purge and to purify and to cleanse our thoughts and minds and bodies and psychologies of all of this human bullshit that does not matter. And as this ancestral energy rises up, we are clear enough to recognize it, see it, and call it for what it is, and grow from that and be protected and guided. So, much love to all the human beings out there. And if we ever find ourselves struggling and not understanding what is going on with spirituality and life, and trying to figure out some sort of balance or whatever the case may be, there is no balance. This thing called life is liminal. It's very small. Who we are spiritually is who we are all the time, every day, any day. So let's get more into that. And basically, that was my spiel for this morning. So if you guys are interested in readings, consultations, just anything spiritual, make sure to check out my site, www.hoodmystic.com. Be sure to email me to hoodmystic@gmail.com if things aren't as clear to you on the site, or whatever the case may be. Talk to me, because I talk back. That's the alarm. Everybody have a beautiful day, man. It's a beautiful day, beautiful week. Let's still deal with this serious energy we got today and tomorrow to really tap in. So make sure you're outside soaking up some of this sun. Peace, love, and blessings from the bottom of my heart. I love y'all. The Hood Mystic. Peace.